terrible news, guys. It's not turned out nice again. It's very dark out there. The clouds are coming this way, these big black clouds, and it's thundering and lightning, and the animals are getting all a bit edgy and stuff like that. So I think it's going to sit down, do you know what I mean? Again, so you might hear some rumbling in the background. Usually that's just my tummy. But no, it's going to kick off soon. So we're going to talk about George again. I did a video earlier, and some people are saying like, "Oh, there's no mention in the announcement of a short-term contract." Guys, I told you this. They're not going to mention that. I don't think it doesn't look good for him, does it, if they say that? He's admitted it. We're going to speak about that in a minute. It's not a secret, but I don't think Liverpool would ever, reveal the finer details of things. And even if they'd have said he comes in on a 3-year contract, I would have said to you guys, I bet you £1 million, not that I've got £1 million, that there's a get out in there. So it's a very strange appointment. But anyway, I wanted to tell you a little bit, some things he's been saying about the appointment. Excuse me, just in case you haven't seen this. Now, this was posted on the Cop Talk VIP members website, which you can join if you want to support me. The info's in the video description. It was posted on there by Red House, who's a great contributor. He does a lot of groundwork for everybody. He finds a lot of stuff and he puts it on there. What I'm saying, thank you, Red House, if you're watching. And he's put this kind of like an interview from Sport 1 Germany, I believe. And I would assume that this is translated because I don't think the English is fantastic, as Brendan Rodgers would say. So bear with me on that, okay? Maybe you've seen it, all right? So if you have seen this interview from Sport 1, there's no point watching. There's not going to be anything else in this video. We're only going to talk about what he said. So the former Bundesliga manager reveals how the Liverpool deal came about, how he will work with Klopp and what transfer plans he's making. So he was asked, it was the journalist said to him, "We are surprised that Liverpool chose you as a sports director. Is the line to coach Jurgen Klopp that short?" It's a bit brutal. He replied, "We're not that close to each other. We were in the Bundesliga at the same time. He's a coach, he as a coach, I as a sports director, you know each other. I know his advisor, Mark Kosick, better. He maintains a good exchange with the owners of Liverpool. When the current sporting director announced that he wanted to leave for personal reasons, Mark told them, if you are looking for an older and experienced manager for the transfer period, you might want to take a look into George Schmatke from Germany." That's what he said about himself, right? And the journalist said what they did. So, right, remember this is translated. I haven't got the original, so I'd have made it a little bit better, but there we go. He replied, "I was with you last week and talked to everyone at Liverpool FC. Our cooperation is initially planned for 3 months. Transfers are always complicated." It says here. I don't know if he said that or whether that's just something from the article. "Why not longer?" asked the journalist. "I'll start on June 1st. If we like each other, we can work together beyond the transfer period. Let's see, then we continue or not." So that, yeah. "Don't you get dizzy with the numbers that are always circulating in the Premier League? It's about even more millions than in the Bundesliga. I don't have a budget yet." And then he laughs. "Seriously, transfers are always complicated. When a player moves from A to B, it's mostly about small things that are difficult to influence and unrelated to making money. For example, how the player integrates with his family in the city, what his place in the team should be, how he can show his maximum performance. You have to take that into account. The sums involved in these transfers are almost irrelevant." Irrelevant, all right then. That's quite funny. Jurgen Klopp sets the priorities here. These must be little tags, taglines in the article. And then he's asked, and who will have the last word? "The influence of the coach on transfers is greater in England than in Germany, where a sports director, it's the same thing, where a sports director holds everything in one hand. Jurgen Klopp sets the priorities. We set him up with a team of data analysts, scouts and so on, so he can then choose from a list of players who he wants to work with. Then I'll deal with the transfers with the responsible departments in the club. And in the end, the owners have to be satisfied with the investments." It started raining now, I think. If only you could see Rem. Oh, you could probably see him in the microwave. Look at him, he's scared. Bless him. Honestly, is your English good enough for this management job? Of course, I respect the language. As a native speaker, you hear the nuances more precisely, but understanding is not a problem. And when it comes to formulating, the English are happy if someone speaks English with them at all. There are also enough people in the club who help out. The language will not be a problem. That's it. That's all there is. Sorry, I know it's not exciting. It was probably difficult to listen to, but it was difficult to read as well. So, but it gives you just a little bit. You know, he's confirming that it is a short-term gig with an option to extend. Look, I fully support this gentleman. I really do. But anybody in the world being brought in as a sporting director for a period of 3 months is the most strangest decision I've ever heard in my life. And people will say to me, yeah, but anyone starts a job in a probationary position. But have you ever seen anyone appointed in that position at Liverpool before and it's been made aware that this is only temporary? Do you know what I mean? We haven't. And someone wants us to know that, I think that, you know, someone wanted that to be public knowledge, that's all. No conspiracy theories, silver foil tin hats or anything like that. But I just think that it's quite a critical bit of information it's not being kept private, it's being put out there. And you just got to ask yourself why. And again, you know, I think it just goes back to the ownership situation, and that they've been unable to say two more experienced candidates that they wanted. They've been unable to say, well, yeah, we're going to be here in 3 years, 5 years, a year, whatever. Because that sporting director, if you're going to go for a job and your reputation's on the line, you're going to want a long-term deal, and you're going to want to know everything. You're going to want to know a budget. He's took a job and doesn't even know the budget, according to that. If you think about it, he said, what did he say? I don't even know. What did he say? I don't have a budget yet. Don't have a budget yet. He starts work on June 1st officially, but he has been working. Can you hear that? He has been working prior to then. You know, he's been working on the McAllister deal and other things. But he doesn't know the budget. Is that not in itself? It's like, I mean, okay, I don't know how old that interview is or those quotes are, but they were posted on 30th. They were posted today. So anyway, I just thought I'd give you that little bit of info. For those of you that are desperate for a club sale, I would say this is a positive association. There's no proof of that. Nobody said that to me either. But I just think it's common sense. Would you agree? Yeah. So I know it's not a very exciting video. It's just he said a couple of things about his job, and not everyone may have seen that. So I just wanted to let you know. If you enjoy my videos, please thumbs up, drop me a comment, and if you really like my videos, you can hit that love heart, which is super cool. Okay, guys, don't forget to subscribe to my other YouTube channel, please. I'm doing some streaming on there now, and you know, sometimes I might not be live on here in an afternoon. I might be live over there because I don't know if it's a good idea putting the gaming stuff on here. Do you know what I mean? And but I do want you guys, to part of the community, to take part. And obviously, we've got Dale and Martin, Smooth. These are all, you know, Liverpool fans and part of the Cop Talk community, and you know, they're jumping on those games with me. So it's not about me; it's about community, you know. And you know, if you've got a console, PlayStation, Xbox, PC, whatever, you can jump on DMZ, Call of Duty DMZ with me. You just need my Activision username. It's cross-platform. You're more than welcome to, you know, to come across, like, you know. All right. So I think my Activision ID it's easy. It doesn't look like this when you look at it because it's all in capital letters, but in lowercase letters, I think it's III_DUNK_III. That's the best way of saying it, I think. I think that's my Activision. Now, if you do drop me a friend's request, let me know, all right? Otherwise, I get these friends requests come up and I go, who's that? Do you know what I mean? My mother told me never to speak to strangers. So got to be careful on that. All right then, guys. It's a bit of a subdued meh there, really. I mean, I was out with the boys yesterday, so obviously I'm a little bit tired, but not a big deal, that. You know, we streamed on here on Saturday. I think I was at 6:10 in the morning. I think I was still awake on Saturday. Well, it'll have been Sunday morning. And I was up 2 hours later. You know, I can do stuff like that. So today, I think it's just the weather. It's a bit grim and waiting for stuff to happen at Liverpool, really. I'm glad the season's over. But I do think there's other things on my mind that I want to talk to you about, and one of them is about a player that we said to be made an inquiry about in Germany. I can't remember his name. You know what I'm like with memory. My memory's terrible, so I can't. You'll probably know it. If you mention his name in the comments, I will reply to you and say, yeah, that's him. All right, because I'll recognise it straight away. It's on my computer, right? But as you can see, I'm not at my desk, so I won't know about it till I get to my office. But so check the comments later on, and then you'll see who I was talking about. But apparently, our interest in that player is very genuine. No signs of anything else at the moment, though. So we'll have to see what George does, don't we, George? Wouldn't it be funny if his secretary was called Mildred? George and Mildred, Google it. All right, guys, see you in a bit. Thumbs up, comment. I want to know what you've got to say. All right, let's give the guy a chance, yeah?